Are there any pets in the Litterbox world if everyone is an animal?
This has been a problem that I've been facing for some time because I've never been a fan of the Pluto and Goofy situation, but the alternative is quite dark.
Jay Barnes is asking, what would be the ultimate distribution platform for an animation?
Satellite projection on the moon. Everyone can see it. No escaping
I
it.
mean, it would be kind of small if it was projected on the moon, to be honest. It would be
Everyone will see
tiny.
it.
It'd be like trying to watch a movie on like a penny. That would be
true.
awful.
Well, thanks, Ross.
Higby Productions is wondering, and actually we got this question last time, what's the plot of the pilot?
So it's date night for Fran and Joel, but things don't go as planned.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
I missed all this sort of online stuff. Like, I just didn't do any of that. I think I just lived in Star Wars Galaxies around then, so I didn't really go online. I was just mayor of a town in Star Wars Galaxies for like 1.5 years. It was like completely 1.5 years of my life down the toilet being a mayor in Star Wars Galaxies. I was a good mayor though. We had a big town with lots of people in it, and they saluted us. And it was pretty cool. If someone in the town saw me, they would get down and they would / kneel before me, and they wouldn't rise again until I told them they could rise. It was
The
pretty
power.
great. You can see my husband in the chat. Apparently, live action Cooper is watching. He says he likes the drawing of him, and and he had to leave the room to fart real quick. He's got a lot going on, as ever.
When I was in college for animation, like very first animation class I took, up until then I had always been drawing just like clean line style, where you just draw like a kid, just draw one line and you just draw the shape, and the teacher's like, hey, this is good, but for animation you want to draw with shapes, so you want to draw the circle and the guideline, and you build everything with shapes. And I had never seen anyone draw like that. I had seen the pictures in books because you see, like, you start with the pear, you start with the circle, but I guess it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't know why you draw a circle when you just draw the cat head, It didn't make any sense. But when you see someone do it in front of you, it's like, oh, that's brilliant. That's amazing. But now you can just, pull up any video and see it being done at any time.
Yeah, they're getting on it so early now. It's not fair.
Yeah.
I'm a bit jealous.
Is this show meant for kids or adults? Because I read the comics and they sweared a lot.
There's probably not. Well, there's not going to be swearing in the show. My oldest was actually suggesting we can maybe have them do like sort of cat sounds, like or something, instead of like to bleep out the swears, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like that idea.
It does complicate. I guess it depends
cool.
on the tone, because I mean,
Sure.
Cooper meows quite a bit, so it's like, is he just sitting there like?
So he's just constantly cussing.
What's a favorite comic that you've made so far?
It's always really hard because there's different sorts of favorites. I often go to the zombie one because I love zombies. So the one where she's like a zombie, and then they're like brains, and then she brings them the brains, and then they look at it for a beat, and then ketchup.
Do you guys like Legend of Zelda?
Oh yeah.
Love it.
I like Breath of the Wild. I like that one more than Tears of the Kingdom, but
I didn't like either of those ones. I tried them. Zelda. I love Zelda. I tried them. I got very, very angry. I don't like the open world thing. I just haven't got the time or patience for open world anymore. So I kept trying to go places, and then I'd like freeze to death, or I'd bump into something that was way too hard for me, and I was just getting very, very angry. And I had to I had to take it back to the shop because I was like, no, this is not for me. I'm just getting very angry in front of the children.
What inspired you to start the Litterbox comic?
So I used to do a website called Cartoonize My Pet, where I drew sort of cartoon pets, and you bought them on t-shirts and stuff. But that got a bit boring. And then, I had kids, and I was like, I want to do something that uses like this newfound parenting knowledge. And so I thought maybe kids' books or apps or something, but my humor always skewed a little towards the parents instead of the kids. So I didn't really know where it would fit in. And then one day I was watching Daniel Tiger, like with the kids, and suddenly it just sort of hit me that, oh, wouldn't it be funny if to do a sort of show where it was a bit more real and it wasn't quite so perfect. And I thought, I can't make a show by myself, but I could do a comic. So yeah, I sort of I burst in on my husband in the bath and was like, I'm going to do a Daniel Tiger parody comic.
You guys ever play Dungeons and Dragons? I'm just curious.
Yeah, play a bit of that. We have our dungeon master is actually Zach from Last Place Comics. He's one of our friends, and so yeah, we all meet up, and he's a fantastic dungeon master, as you can probably imagine.